So I'm sure everybody remembers all the way back in 2019 when a Japanese artist was actually accused of being a racist over Nessa artwork. Well, it's happening again, and this time they harassed this artist until they apologized. Seriously, Twitter Puritans are nothing but a bunch of bullies. Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. So, here we are again. I'm sure many of you remember back in 2019 when Pokemon fan artists were being attacked over Nessa fan art because they were trying to say that, oh, they whitewashed her. You know, all this stupid stuff, right? I mean, it was dumb. And here we are again with Twitter coming in, attacking another Japanese artist because of their artwork. I mean, it's ridiculous. And this person apologized for it. I mean, they didn't have to apologize. This is their statement. We're going to look over it. We're going to go into all of this. The following is for people overseas. Sorry for ruining TL. And they go on to state, I seriously worried because an unintended dispute arose in the comment section of the picture I posted yesterday, but I deleted it. I'm sorry for those who received a favorable response. We also apologize for not being able to reply to individuals. I don't want to be an ist. I am not very good at painting dark skin with watercolor, and the finish was much brighter than I expected. I think dark skin is one of our best features, and I like it too. I'm sorry that I made you feel uncomfortable, and I apologize if there are any mistakes in my English. Now, here's what I'm going to say. First off, this person had no reason to apologize. We're going to take a look at the art, but they had no reason to apologize. They didn't do anything wrong. But of course, leave it to these Puritans to bully an artist over their artwork. I mean, I'm serious. This is dumb. It's terrible because it typically comes down to these people being jealous over an artist being better at artwork than they are. So let me show you. This is the actual artist's artworks. This person saved it because they deleted this from Twitter. You know, the actual artist did. But they actually had this, and this is what they were saying. Credit to OHRCN for the awesome Nessa art from Pokemon. Art shouldn't be censored. To the people who are upset, cry more. Yeah, I agree. Cry more. And you look at this. This is good artwork. This is in watercolor, and it's absolutely beautiful. I think that this artist did an excellent job on Nessa, and I don't see anything wrong with this art at all whatsoever. I mean, I gotta give them props. I mean, they did really good with this. I mean, this is really good, done in watercolor and everything. I mean, I like this art of Nessa. They did very, very, very good. They did an excellent job on this. But of course, leave it to the Twitter Puritans to have a complete and total meltdown over this. But, you know, that's because they themselves are jealous because their artwork's not as good as this. And I gotta say, to the artists, they had no reason to delete it, and they did an excellent job here. And this is one thing that you never do, okay? You never bend the knee to these Puritans. Not ever, okay? And this website here was going into this. Apologies to political correctness is dangerous, and it absolutely is. Isn't it interesting how the Twitter mob so often goes after Japanese artists now? It's almost like Western artists have caught on to their censorious bullying, so the mob has to move on out of the loop targets whom they can more easily scare into compliance. It's interesting that Twitter mobs have begun to attack Japanese painters in a row. It's as if Western painters have responded to their censorship and regulatory bullying, turning them out of the loop, not having enough information, fearful compliance, or targets that can be obeyed. I mean, this is ridiculous because this was just art for fun. I mean, that's what this artist was doing. They were just doing this because they wanted to draw the character. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with wanting to draw a character or paint a character. Nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, there's not. Yeah, it's time to start spreading the warning. If you can, spread this post around for them to as many artists as possible and tell them to spread it. It's time to get the message out. I mean, yeah, and people need to know that Twitter, Twitter's easily able to be upset over stupid things that don't make any sense. And, you'll see this. I mean, this person has a really good point here. I want to put this out there for other artists as a word of warning. Do not apologize to Westerners complaining about your art. They have a mindset that they can force you to comply with their absurd standards and will only harass you harder when you try to apologize. Exactly, because when you apologize, it's never enough. They'll demand more and more. Nothing's ever enough for these Puritans. Never. It never is. And they will continue to dog people, and they basically just want to ruin your life. And I mean, it's disgusting because what these Puritans want to do is they want to make sure that you have nothing. until you're living in nothing but a cardboard box, put gasoline on that cardboard box, set you on fire, and then beat you to death with baseball bats. I mean, that's basically what they want. That's how horrible these Puritans are. And you take a look at these statements when they were harassing this artist. I mean, this is what they were doing. They were saying, your account will be gone by noon immediately. Your account disappears around noon right now. I mean, going so far as to cancel them. I mean, it's crazy. And they'll come up with whatever they can. I mean, like, for example, they see an artist is better than they are. Well, they're jealous. So what they do is they'll come up with stuff like, oh, you're an istrophobic. And then they'll try to cancel them that way. And in this sense, they're trying to say the artist was ist, and they're trying to take him down. I mean, you can clearly see this. And it's ridiculous. I mean, it was watercolor. I mean, it was just watercolor. But they have an issue here. I just want to say being an Asian artist does not excuse your actions or any sort of ism like whatsoever, so these using the "but they're not a Westerner" as an excuse is dumb and excuses the problem at hand. Bringing an Asian painter does not mean you are allowed to act or ist, so it's a silly excuse for the problem to be not a Westerner. I mean, this is ridiculous. Like I said, the artist did nothing wrong, but yet they're trying to bend the artist to their will so that the artist falls in line with what they want. I mean, this is absurd stuff. This is stuff that you see happen on Twitter all the time because Twitter gets offended over every single last little thing. I mean, it's really dumb. And this goes back to the Nessa art a couple of years ago, back in 2019. And there was another artist, different artist, not the same person, different artist entirely, that got attacked and was called the same things, and they tried to target this artist as well. It is ridiculous. I mean, it's the same exact thing, and it's like history is repeating itself on this because they're doing the exact same thing to another artist. I mean, it is dumb. Looking at this article here, a Japanese fan artist has been subjected to harassment and accusations of ism due to a lighting choice on a drawing of the recently announced Pokemon character Nessa, which slightly lightened the tone of her skin color. On June 13th, artist Najuko shared an image they had drawn of the Pokemon Sword and Shield Water-type gym leader to their personal Twitter page, which it's Twitter. Everybody knew what was going to happen at that point because it's Twitter. The Puritans on Twitter are awful. For the drawing, Najuko chose a softer, muted palette choice for Nessa, resulting in a stylistic and colorful piece, which deviated slightly from the colors displayed in her official artworks. And because of that, well, what happened? They went after this artist. And as you can see here, there's nothing wrong with the art. The art's absolutely beautiful. I mean, this is a great piece of art right here. But they went after the artist and said that they were ist, over this. It's stupid because they weren't, and they just did an excellent piece. But they weren't the only ones that got attacked, because even last year, I'm sure some of you remember me talking about this, and many other people were talking about this as well, about how they were going after the Pokemon Twilight Wings anime because of B. Because they were saying that B was whitewashed. They were saying that because the anime had her be lighter than what she looked like in the games, that they were whitewashing her. I'm not even kidding. I mean, it's ridiculous. This is so dumb. And what these Puritans try to also do is they try to take away power from those that have power. This is another thing that they do. It comes down to jealousy because, basically Twitter Puritans, they're just nothing but a bunch of bitches with crayons. I mean, that's all that they really are. And they get jealous because somebody else is a better artist than them. Then rather than trying to dedicate themselves to working hard, well, then they try to tear somebody else down that's actually a better artist than they are. I mean, this is frustrating to see. I mean, it really is. And there were people that were coming in there, though, and this was the good part. There were people coming in there trying to actually, support the artist by stating, don't let them get to you. Most of them just don't understand the colors come lighter with watercolors, something you can see even on the white-skinned characters. You just do art you enjoy, love your drawings. Another one, Westerners are not your friends. They will try to ruin your life. If you live in the West, you were lucky to live in Japan. Trust me, they have made many people lose their jobs in the West. And that is so true. That is so true because that's exactly what they do. They will tear down people. Like I said, it's a power play. They try to take away power from those who have power. Never do what these people want from you. They don't care for you nor your art. They just want to feel good about themselves. Yeah, because they're miserable people, and so they want to tear everybody else down and make them miserable just as they are. And that's what they do. I mean, that's another good statement there. Another one. They just want to destroy other people, especially when those people are way better artists than they could ever hope to be. Have you ever noticed the only people jumping on cancel trains are artists who can barely scrape a stick figure? I mean, that's true. It's true. Do not bend the knee to these commies under any circumstances. At least in Japan, these bullies can't call your job and try to get you fired. I mean, yeah, because I mean, if this person lived in the West, yeah, they'd go after them. They try to find their job and they try to say, "Hey, look, this person's an if. You gotta get rid of them." You know that they do this. I mean, it's insane. I mean, that's what they do. They did do something wrong and they apologize. They're taking responsibility. Will hopefully grow. No, they didn't do anything wrong. This was art just for fun. They were drawing a character that they liked and they wanted to draw. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. And I mean, for God's sake, at this point, it's like you can't even draw a line without somebody having a fit over it on Twitter because that's Twitter for you. I mean, and this is why you don't apologize to these people. You never apologize to these people. It's never enough, and they will continue to take and take and take and demand for more and try to ruin that person. I mean, you never let them, get to you. You never show weakness. You never do that with these people because when you do, well, get ready because they'll do whatever they can to ruin you. I mean, this is how disgusting the Puritans on Twitter are. This is what they do. And this artist themselves that made this drawing of Nessa, this watercolor art of her, it was not bad. It was beautiful, in fact. And they shouldn't have been attacked over it. There was nothing to be attacked over. They didn't do anything wrong. They had no reason to apologize. But, this is what these Puritans do. They try to make sure you bend the knee, and they just continue to just make it worse. They try to pile on you, and they're bullies. I mean, that's really what they are. They're just basically a bunch of art bullies, and it's absolutely disgusting to see. But this artist did nothing wrong, and, this artist should do whatever art they want to do. But anyways, let me know what you think about this entire situation down below. Subscribe to the channel if you were new here, and make sure you were still subscribed because YouTube is unsubscribing people from all their favorite channels. So make sure you were still subscribed to all your favorite channels. Hit the video with a like, and also be sure to share the video on social media. Spread the word to get it out there. It's greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the channel a lot. Also, be sure to follow me on Discord and Minds. We have a wonderful community there. Not only that, but it will keep you up to date on when the newest videos will be released, as well as any other upcoming events in the near future. So be sure to follow me on Discord and Minds. The links will be in the description down below. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today. And remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you. And have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.